Team Singapore had the perfect start to the SEA Games right here in Manila, winning 3 gold medals on the very first day, namely Wushu, Floorball, and also we have a new ice queen in the form of Chloe Ng.
Chloe Ng, of course, it's the second time at the SEA Games, and silver she claimed in the first round. This time round she got gold. She's been traditionally a slow starter. Same thing, this time round she was trailing. She was second out of 9 competitors after the first day of competition, but she topped the free skate scores on the second day, and rightfully, after so much hard work, she's gotten gold, and we're all very happy for her.
I mean, my favorite among the 3 was of course floorball. I mean, seeing both the men's and the women's go all the way to the finals. They were defending the respective gold medals from 2015, and just as we saw our men had to settle for the silver medal, the women stepped it up, got the job done. So kudos to the women, for successfully defending the gold medal.
And moving on to day 2, it was overall a pretty humbling experience for our Team SG athletes across the board. So over at tennis,
the both of us, we were there.
Yep.
We first saw the women's singles where Charmaine Seah competed in the quarterfinals against the third seed, Seah. And even though it was a close battle in the first set, the first set was she lost 7-6, and then in the second, I guess you and I both saw that she tried her best. It just wasn't good enough, and she ended up losing 6-2 in the second set.
That's right.
So I think, overall, I think it was a good outing. Maybe we should hear what she has to say.
Yeah, I think it was a really close match, especially in the first set. It could have gone either way and in the tie break, but I think she stepped up her game a bit more. And I was kind of on the defensive side, she was pushing me back into the court and I was defending the balls into the middle. And I knew that, but I still was trying to make a change, but it didn't go my way in the first set. Tomorrow we're up against Philippines, and I think that both of us have an even chance, so we're definitely going to try our best, and hopefully we can do our best for Singapore.
Well, we just heard from Charmaine, and after that we saw the men's singles where Shaheed went up against the Filipino favourite, Alberto. What do you think of that encounter?
Wow, I thought Shaheed gave it his all, and he actually put in a pretty good fight. And there were moments there when he showed flashes of brilliance and all, as we have come to expect of Shaheed.
And the first set was 7-6.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so Shaheed eventually succumbed to the home court advantage as well as the home crowd support, because we are right here in Philippines, Manila, and
well, it's still not game over for Shaheed and Charmaine. We'll see them in the doubles action when they take to the courts tomorrow.
Yep. And besides tennis, there was another racket sport that our fellow correspondent John covered for badminton. So John, maybe I'll share a little bit more about what happened over at badminton.
Yeah, so today was the semi-finals for the team event for both the men's and women's, and Singapore faced a very tough opposition. Of course, the women's team facing perennial powerhouses Indonesia, who are the runaway regional, even global leaders in badminton over the course of history. Of course, they have over 100 gold medals, I believe 103 gold medals for badminton in the SEA Games. And the next closest rival, I believe Thailand, has 30 plus gold medals there or thereabouts. This time around, while badminton, our shuttlers, we basically have a very young squad, both the men's and the women's teams, and they put up a good fight, I would say, particularly for the women's. Justin Hui, rising star that we mentioned at the start of the SEA Games, she came from behind. She was losing her first match, and then she came from behind to win 2-1, 2 sets to 1, and but eventually they succumbed 3-1. So one of the things that was the consistent theme that came about was the thought of pressure and the confidence that our athletes had, because they did have very strong starts to their matches. In fact, even for the doubles, for both the men's and the women's, Kian Kian as well, and Terry He in the later half of the day, and also in the morning with Yu Jia and the rest. But eventually, as the course they waned throughout the match. So this the common theme of our athletes dealing with that pressure and that confidence, and finishing off matches as strongly as they start. But all in all, I think still plenty to look forward to. For badminton, there are a lot of other, there's the individuals competitions happening next week. Of course, they're taking a break now, a few days off to train, and of course to recuperate for the other stuff, including mixed doubles and other stuff that's coming up.
let's move
So,
on
yeah.
to netball, where you and I traveled for 1 hour.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Causeway rivalry.
That's right, yeah. And so what did you think? I mean, we saw at least a crowd of almost 600, evenly matched, Singaporeans and Malaysians. It was us against the defending gold medalists.
That's
The
right.
rematch.
This was actually the chance for Singapore to take revenge on the loss of the last SEA Games in KL 2 years ago, when we actually lost the gold medal match to Malaysia. But unfortunately, it was still not to be. Basically, the game was tight up to halftime, when it was all tight square,
Yeah,
21
21.
apiece.
Yeah.
That's right. And then when it came to the third quarter, the Malaysia started to step it up, and then they started to pull away. And then the score,
by 10.
it came to about 10.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth quarter, we had a little mini revival of sorts for Team Singapore, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah.
So eventually, we lost the gold medal match again to Malaysia.
Yeah. The final score was 48-42. We know the girls were disappointed. Everybody was disappointed.
I mean, we were disappointed.
Yeah.
Emotions were running
exactly.
high.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, just to
the
think.
girls trained so hard, and they
was
wanted to make it happen this time around.
Yeah.
Right here in Manila.
It was
to make up for the loss in KL. 2
Yeah.
years back.
The Malaysians were just one step faster. We'll see what happens in 2021.
That's right.
And
It's certainly tough times call for champions, and this is the true measure of champions. Of course, it's not only when we win, but this is the true measure of champions. And we believe that our Team Singapore athletes are really made of championship material. So hopefully they're going to bounce back from this defeat and to build on it in the years to come.
yeah.
So it may not have been the best days for Team Singapore where medals are concerned, but still a very good chance for our athletes to prove their mettle. And speaking of medals, gold medals, I believe Team Singapore is just 2 gold medals away from is an historic mark. I believe that's 900 gold medals at the SEA Games.
That's right, and potentially we could win these 2 gold medals in the sports that's happening for the first time tomorrow. We have fencing, speed skating, as well as bowling. So high chance that these 2 gold medals will come from these sports.
Yeah. And one event that I'm really looking forward to is our footballers. They are facing Vietnam. We know that they're already out of the running for the semi-finals. So now it's all about pride.
That's right.
And salvaging some
Pride.
yeah, it's all about pride.
And giving the fans something to cheer about. Yeah.
Certainly, we're lost for words here, as you can tell, but certainly a chance for Fundy's Chargers to prove their critics wrong. I mean,
They have to score.
there's
Score
really
some
nothing
goals.
to
There are
lose.
3 games,
There really is nothing.
0 goals.
Yeah.
The fans at least need to see
It's
at least
time.
1 goal.
It's
yeah.
time. It's time to score
Yeah.
some goals. Give the fans something to cheer about.
Yeah, and try and finish within 3rd or 4th in the group. Because there are 6 teams. So 3rd or 4th is still a decent showing. All the best to the boys tomorrow.
So thank you for watching, and we hope you like what you saw. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's all getting very exciting as we hit the day 3 of the SEA Games. Don't forget to comment and tell us what you think the 900th gold medal will be. Thank you.
Comments below. Bye.